Hello there, I'm Marvelous David, and welcome to IELTS Classroom. Alright, please, if this is your first time of visiting this channel, do hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you can stay up to date with much more regular content from us. Alright, so in this video, we'll be talking about some delay tactics which you can employ in your IELTS speaking test whenever you need time to think through a possible answer to a question that has been thrown at you. Alright, so it's no news that the IELTS speaking test consists of some questions that may be very strange and unexpected to the candidates, and at that you might need time to think through a possible answer to the question, be it in the part 1 section, that is the introduction, or the round of questions in the long turn, or even the discussion aspect. So whatever section you find the question coming to you, you can employ these delay tactics at each of them. Alright, so it is worthy also to remember that the IELTS test is not a test of content. Alright, it's a test of communication. That is the very aim of every question that is being put forth to you in the speaking test, is to test your linguistic abilities. Alright, so let's go through some possible questions and some possible delay tactics you could employ while you think through your possible answers. Alright, so let's assume that I am a candidate in the IELTS speaking test. Alright, I've just concluded my basic introduction, my ID and all, and personally I'm someone that dislikes reading books. Alright, so in my part 1 question, the examiner puts this question forward to me. So what are your favorite books? What kind of books do you prefer to read? Now, because on a regular basis I'm not an avid reader, alright, that's a kind of question we're talking about where you have no idea at all. So I could delay my answer by saying, oh, I have never thought about that before. I've never thought about that before. Now, that phrase there, I've never thought about that before, is a phrase I have used to provide transition and fill in the silence. All right, it's an example of a delay tactic. Now, the idea behind the delay tactic is to give me more time to think. All right, it's to give me more time to think, and it is very, very worthy to note that the examiner wouldn't go back to check whether or not whatever you have said is true or false. The basic thing they are after is your linguistic ability. So feel free to use your imagination here. All right, so while you delay your answer, you can use your imagination. All right, so for me, I could delay my answer by saying, I've never thought about that before, but of recent, I picked up interest in reading fan fiction. Alright, there was a particular fan fiction that stood out for me 2 years ago, and it has continually remained my favorite even up till now. Alright, I hope that is as clear as possible. Alright, so let's take another instance. Alright, so let's say I'm a candidate once again, and I've just completed the long turn aspect where the examiner has the cue card has told me to talk about a friend that I love so much and how. So I've talked about this friend, and now the examiner asked me a question. Okay, tell me some things that you have in common with this friend. Right, that's in my round of question now. So I could just begin by saying, now I've never given that thought before. I don't even know what I have in common with that friend. All right, I could just say, oh, that's an interesting question. And within the short time I have, I go ahead to think of a few things and give the examiner while we round off that section. All right. Understand that the very essence of the delay tactic is to buy you time. All right. The very essence of the delay tactic is to buy you time to think through a possible answer. All right. So another question could be, to me now, still me. All right. Being someone that dislikes dislikes animals. All right. And in my discussion aspect, all right, having completed a question in the long term on pets, In my discussion, rather, the examiner goes ahead to ask me this kind of question: what kind of animal makes the best pet? All right, what kind of animal makes the best pet? Now, I am averse to animals, all right? I could say, oh, there are many ways to answer that. Or I could say, I've never really thought about that before. All right. So the basic reason we are using the delay tactics is to give us more time to provide an answer. Now, the answers doesn't have to be 100% true. All right. Feel free to use your imagination. The idea behind the delay tactic is just to give you time so that you don't make long pauses. Long pauses are not advisable in the IELTS speaking test. All right. The long pauses drain your marks. All right. So let us know if you found this very helpful, and please drop comments in the comment section if you want us to explain anything further, and please you can reach out to us directly via our website or our email address to get more info on certain things that might seem unclear to you. And one more time, please, if you have not subscribed yet to this channel, please do subscribe and hit the notifications button so you can stay up to date with regular content from us. Thank you.